Hello friends, welcome to CS Tudes. In our last video, we have discussed the steps for converting a CFG to a PDA. Now we are going to apply these steps in order to find a push-down automata for a given context-free grammar. So these are the steps which are shown over here which we had discussed in our last video. First step is that you need to consider only two states. One is the start state and second is final state. That means in your push down automata there will be only two states, start and final state. Second is for the set of terminals given in your context free grammar. You will consider it as a set of input alphabets for your pushdown automata. That means VT of the context-free grammar has to be considered as the summation of the pushdown automata. Then the symbol of the stacks for the pushdown automata, that means the gamma value, will be taken as the combination of set of non-terminals union set of terminals which is given into your context-free grammar. So it means that for your pushdown automata, the value of gamma, the value of the set gamma will be considered to be the union of Vn set of non-terminals union Vt set of terminals that is provided into your context-free grammar. Now you need to add three types of transition into your pushdown automata in order to convert a CFG to a PDA. For these transitions, the first transition states that for a start state Q, providing an input epsilon and on the top of the stack, considering it to be empty, then the symbol will be epsilon. Then it tends to the state F. F is your final state and the symbol which will replace the symbol of your stack is capital S. Capital S over here is the start symbol of your context-free grammar. So the first transition you need to add is like this, in which Q is your initial state and F is your final state, and for the input as empty and stack also as empty, you are going to push an element that is your start symbol of your context-free grammar. Now the second transition that you are going to insert for your pushdown automata depends upon the production rule of your context-free grammar. Suppose in your CFG, a production rule of this particular form is given, where A is your non-terminal and alpha is a combination of terminals and non-terminals. That means if you are having a non-terminal on the left hand side and a combination of terminals and non-terminals on the right hand side, then you are going to add this particular transition in which the state is your final state, input is taken to be empty, that is epsilon, and the symbol on the left hand side of your production rule, that is a non-terminal A, is considered to be the element of your stack. Tends to F again is your final state. That means you are not changing your state. Initially you were at final state, finally also you are on the final state. Comma alpha. Alpha is a combination of your terminals plus non-terminals which is present on the right hand side of your production rule of your CFG. You are going to copy alpha as it is over here. Now the third type of transitions which you need to add for your PDA is of the form for each and every terminal. So X belongs to set of terminals. That means for all the terminals that are present into your context-free grammars, you need to add a transition of this particular form. So over here state is F and there is no change in state, so you will remain in F. And for every terminal, whatever the terminal is provided, you are going to consider it as an input also and as the top of the stack also. and then you are going to replace the top of the stack by a epsilon. That means for every terminal that is present in your context free grammar, you are going to add this particular transition according to which you will be on the same state, and for every terminal as an input and for every terminal on the top of the stack, you are going to replace the top of the stack by a epsilon. That means you are going to pop the element x from your stack. Now let's see an example to understand it in a more better way. So according to the example given to you, you need to design a pushdown automata for a context-free grammar that is given over here. So according to the context-free grammar, it is defined using 4 tuples Vn, Vt, P, S. So Vn is provided as capital S. That means there is only a single non-terminal, that is your capital S. Then Vt is A, B, C. That means you have 3 terminals A, B and C. Then S is considered to be your start symbol of the context-free grammar. And the production rules given to you are these 3. So first production rule states that S tends to ASA. Second states that S tends to BSB. And third production rule is S tends to C. So you can see over here that A, B, C are your terminals and S is your non-terminal. Now we need to design a push-down automata for this context-free grammar. So let us follow the steps which we have seen. Let there be only 2 states Q and F. So your capital Q will be equal to Q comma F. Now you are designing a push down automata. So for capital Q, that is a set of states, you are considering only 2 states, start state and final state. Then the second step states that let Vt be the input alphabets. That means all the symbols that are present in the set of terminals of a context-free grammar, consider this set as the input set for your push-down automata. So whatever the value of Vt, that is A, B, C, you have put that value as the input symbol for your push-down automata as A, B, C. Now according to third step, let the stack symbol be Vn union Vt. So gamma of your push-down automata, that is the stack symbols, will be the combination, or you can say it is a union of 2 sets, that is Vn and Vt of your context-free grammar. So the element of Vn is S and the elements of Vt are A, B, C. So the union of Vn and Vt gives you S, A, B, C. So your tau, so your gamma, that is your stack symbols are S, A, B, C. Now, S, that is your start state, is considered to be Q, and F, that is your final state, is considered to be F, which we have already defined. Now, let us see the transitions that has to be provided for your push down automata in order to convert a CFG to a PDA. So according to the rules for transition, the first rule says that add a transition where the start state and input as a epsilon and on the top of the stack also epsilon tends to the final state and the start symbol of your grammar. So you are going to add it as it is. This is your start state Q, input as epsilon, and then your stack is also empty, that is epsilon tends to F is your final state, and the start symbol of your grammar is capital S. So you are providing over here the capital S start symbol of your grammar, you are providing over here. Now let's see the other transitions. The second transition states that for a production rule A tends to alpha. A tends to alpha means non-terminal tends to a combination of terminals and non-terminals. So let us see how many transitions of this particular form do we have. So there are 3 transitions of this particular format. On the left hand side of every transition is a non-terminal, that is your capital A. And on the right hand side, alpha. Alpha is a combination of terminals and non-terminals. So in the first, A is terminal and S is non-terminal. That means it is satisfying the condition. In second, B is terminal and S is non-terminal. That means it is also satisfying the condition. And S tends to C, so C is a terminal. That means it is also according to the condition because alpha is a combination of terminals and or non-terminals. So this particular transition will be applied to all the production rules of the CFG given to you. So now you need to add a transition F comma epsilon comma the left hand side over A here as A, and then it tends to F comma alpha, that means right hand side over here. So for each and every rule we have to do this. So let's do it for first rule. So your F is copied as it is, then your epsilon, and then the left hand side of your production rule S tends to F, and then the right hand side of your production rule, that is alpha. So you have copied the value A S A over here. Now for the second transition rule, S tends to BSB. So F epsilon S, the left hand side is copied over here and the right hand side is copied over here. So F comma BSB. Then for the third rule, F comma epsilon comma S, the left hand side is copied here, and then F comma C, that means the right hand side of the rule is copied over here. So the production rule A tends to alpha has provided you 3 transitions in your language. Now according to third rule, for every terminal present in your context free grammar, you need to provide this type of a transition. Here also F is there and on the right hand side also F is there. Then for each and every terminal present, you have to provide it as an input and as the top of the stack. Then you need to pop that particular terminal out of your stack. So if you can see, you will find that there are 3 terminals A, B, C. So you need to do this particular transition for all these 3 terminals. That means there will be 3 more transitions. So the first transition is done for your A. So F, A as an input and A as a top of the stack tends to F comma epsilon. That means you are removing A out of the stack. Then for the second input symbol B, F comma BB, that means input as a B and top of the stack as a B, you are removing B out of your stack, so replacing it by a epsilon. And the third symbol is your C. So F as the state and then C as the input symbol and C on the top of the stack, you are replacing your top of the stack by epsilon. So these are the transitions that are obtained for your push down automata. That means we have obtained the push down automata for the corresponding CFG given to us. In this way, you can solve any of the example. The main thing is you need to apply these steps in proper manner in order to obtain the correct push down automata for a given context free grammar. That's all about this particular video. Thanks for watching our video. For any queries, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Do like and subscribe our channel CS Tudes. Thanks.